joined the world's top economies, hitting G7 status by the 1970s. The Philippines bounced between booms and busts and still wrestles with poverty and uneven growth today. This gap puzzles many, and we will break down the main reasons: history, politics, roads and schools, plus deep cultural roots. Japan's story starts right after the war, when the country lay in ruins, but leaders acted quickly. They set up a plan to rebuild factories and boost trade. The Ministry of International Trade and Industry led the charge and picked key industries to grow. They started with steel and ships, and later shifted to cars and electronics that sold worldwide. This administrative guidance nudged companies without full control and helped firms like Toyota and Sony compete globally. From 1950 to 1973, Japan's economy grew over 9% a year, turning textiles into tech giants. By 1968, Japan became the world's second largest economy, thanks to its export focus. The Philippines tried a different path with import substitution in the 1950s, but politics got in the way. Coups and changing administrations flipped plans and created uncertainty. Under Marcos in the 1970s, big loans funded projects, but debt soared to $28 billion by 1986. When democracy returned, reforms opened markets, yet old problems lingered, and growth averaged just 3% yearly from 1960 to 2000. Instability drove investors away during unrest, leaving the economy shaky. People drive growth, and Japan invested heavily in skills, while the Philippines faced leaks in its talent pool. Japan fixed schools early, reaching 98% literacy by 1947, and focusing on math, science, and technology. Vocational programs trained workers for jobs and lifetime employment, and Kaizen pushed constant improvement.
A lot of kids drop out to work and help their families. The system produces graduates whose skills do not match available jobs. Brain drain is severe, with millions working overseas. Over 2 million overseas Filipino workers sent home $35 billion in remittances in 2025. That cash keeps families fed, but does not build factories at home. Skilled nurses and engineers leave for higher pay abroad. Fixing this requires better pay and local job creation to retain talent. Good roads and reliable power spark business growth. Japan invested heavily in infrastructure early on and set a fast example. The Shinkansen started service in 1964, linking cities at high speed. Following rail came power grids and communications that supported industry. Dense rail and port networks cut shipping times and helped factories run smoothly. This setup lowers costs and lets businesses thrive. The Philippines still faces frequent power outages and crippling traffic. Inter-island ferries and roads are damaged often by typhoons and need repair. Logistics costs eat about 20% of product prices, roughly double the global average. The Build plan aimed to add airports and bridges, but faced delays from funding and corruption. Reliable power and steady construction without corruption could draw factories and jobs. Trust in leaders and institutions matters for long-term development. Japan keeps corruption low with strong laws and watchdogs, which builds investor confidence. Low red tape speeds permits so investors commit confidently.
Cultural factors and societal norms. Mindsets shape nations. Japan's unity powers ahead. The Philippines pulls in many directions. Collectivism, work ethic, and national unity in Japan. Group goals come first in Japan. Harmony, or WA, keeps teams tight. Workers log long hours for the company. Loyalty beats quick bucks. This drive fueled post-war miracles. Factories hummed with shared purpose. National pride ties it. After defeat, all aimed to rise together. That spirit still sparks innovation, regionalism, and short-term political cycles in the Philippines. Diversity enriches, but it splits focus. Islands compete for funds, not unite. Elections every 3 years push fast favors. Family ties sway votes over policy. Long plans fade in the noise. Building one vision means bridging regions. Yet, warmth and grit shine. Channel that into shared goals and change brews. Conclusion, key divergences and future paths. Japan's edge comes from steady plans, strong schools, top roads, clean rule, and team spirit. The Philippines trips on shifts, talent loss, weak links, graft, and divides. These paths show choices matter. Japan proves focus builds wealth. The Philippines has spirit and youth over 110 million strong. Look to models like South Korea for tips. Steady reforms in governance and skills can lift all. What steps will you back to narrow this gap? Start by pushing for clear, fair policies today.